Hey there, welcome to the channel. I'm Neil Notes and today I have another React to WatchMojo video for you guys. I believe this is episode 59, there we are. And today I will react to the top 10 good albums, top 10 bad albums by good bands. Yeah, this is actually a pretty interesting list, so I was of course interested to do it. So yeah, I'm gonna look it up because I just recorded the other video, so there we are. Good, yeah, bad album by good bands. Of course, the thumbnail is the Rolling Stones with one of their 80s albums. Dirty Work, not the biggest fan of that, and after Dirty Work, the Rolling Stones did just go downhill ever since that album. But they were still great before it, so there we are. But yeah, what do I think is on there? Frequency Unknown by Queensryche, fucking hate that album, great band but fucking horrible album. Ille Divinium Insanus by Morbid Angel, death metal band, horrible album, but a great death metal band. Virtual 11 by Iron Maiden, maybe. I didn't really enjoy it, but wouldn't say it's bad. It was alright, but it is not godlike like their 80s stuff. Or even Brave New World, that was a great album as well. Of course, the Book of Souls now. Yeah, I wanted to say Opeth and Porcupine Tree, but they have no bad albums, so there we are. They all have masterpieces. A great band. Tool has no bad album, Alice in Chains has no bad album, Soundgarden has no bad album. I love those bands because they're perfect, right? Because they have no bad albums. Is there... Yeah, of course, Songs of Innocence by U2. Fucking hate that album by a legendary rock band. Yeah, Dirty Work, like WatchMojo said, or even Songs of Babylon, I believe. That is another Rolling Stone album. In Through the Outdoor by Led Zeppelin. Stuff like that. Not the best rock albums out there. Yeah, of course, Chinese Democracy by Guns N' Roses. Legendary hard rock band. Horrible album by the Axl Rose Project. You cannot call that Guns N' Roses. Fuck off, Axl Rose. Yeah, those are some predictions, but let me know what are your predictions, what you think is on the list, and let's watch the video. Bing. Fuck off.
Some of the greatest acts can have a disappointing release.
Invisible by Michael Jackson. Yeah. Great pop artist. Pretty bad album. And his last before he passed away.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 bad albums by good bands. We should qualify this list by saying we don't necessarily think these albums are bad.
Yeah, but rap albums in general, they're pretty bad.
However, they have either been panned by fans or critics, or are just not up to snuff considering the other material by these well-respected acts.
Make Believe by Weezer. Yeah, I mean, the Blue album, their debut is still their best. Unfortunately, but true. Pinkerton is great, Green album, liked it, but Make Believe, that is another story. Melodroid was also pretty good, but Make Believe is fucking trash.
Number 10, Make Believe, Weezer.
Yeah. That album is balls. Great alternative rock band though, but yeah, Make Believe, no. Making it go away, that's more like it.
Sometimes all an album needs is a hit single to become successful.
Yeah.
That's all Make Believe needed.
Horrible.
Weezer's fifth studio album.
I mean, how can you sell out like that, man?
Gained traction thanks to the album's successful first single, Beverly Hills. constant airplay and eventually led to a Grammy nomination.
Horrible.
However, despite that success, Make Believe was not received well by fans or critics, as many disliked the new, more mainstream sound.
This is not Weezer, man. Fuck off. Man, I'm actually gonna look up the rating. I can't blame Weezer for making a shit album like this one.
Many other entries on this list, that didn't seem to hinder sales.
Yeah, how did things go so bad? I want to know. It is rated by AllMusic 3 stars and by the fans 3.5. Fair game, yeah. Pretty balls album. Punk pop, yeah. It is pretty bad. It is not good. Songs of Innocence, of course, by U2. Just stop making music. They are a great rock band, but that new album, I mean, Rolling Stones has to fucking kiss their ass and give it 5 stars because Rolling Stone holds on to U2 and Rolling Stone stuff like that, Bob Dylan, because Rolling Stone, fuck those guys, they are fucking blind to every fucking music, to every music album. And they only hold on to their nostalgia acts. They have their nostalgia goggles on, and they don't want them to throw them away because fuck Rolling Stone. I mean, this is not a 5-star album, Rolling Stone. Fuck off. And just fuck Rolling Stone in general. Fucking horrible music magazine.
Songs of
Magazine.
Innocence?
Yeah, I don't know.
U2.
Magazine. I don't know. Fucking horrible Rolling Stone. This is about the Ramones, so fuck that.
This album came after a dormant period of 5 years, during which U2 released no new material.
I mean, Wikipedia says that U2 has recorded this album for fucking 5 years. Yeah. I don't believe that. That is fucking bullshit. No one works on an album 5 years. I mean, come on. And when you make it sound like this, it is just a waste of time.
Since that was the band's longest ever gap between albums, they decided to do something to compete with more contemporary acts.
It is just bad, man. It is bad.
The album surprised iTunes users by mysteriously appearing in the music libraries of over 500 million customers via Apple's iCloud feature. Songs of Innocence.
It has also the same rating as Make Believe. 3 stars by AllMusic, 3.5 by the users.
Became one of U2's worst-selling albums, proving that no matter how much hype you have behind your band, people recognize a bad album.
You know why it is one of their worst-selling albums? Because everyone got it for free. WatchMojo. Everyone got it for free on your fucking iTunes, which you literally said in your own damn video. WatchMojo logic, right there. Yeah, it is balls. Just U2 stop making music, man. Relapse by Eminem. I've just reviewed the Marshall Mathers LP. I thought that was alright. It is not bad, but it is not a masterpiece. And Relapse, yeah, not a good album. This was, of course, after his relapse, after his breakdown, when he was doing a lot of drugs with his with kids around him. He had, of course, a daughter, I believe, rapping about her, stuff like that. But yeah, he had a 5-year gap between albums with Relapse, and after this album, and of course Encore, Eminem just dropped severely in quality. Of course, the only 4 Eminem albums are pretty alright. Of course, Infinite until Through the Eminem Show are pretty good in my opinion, but after that he just went meh, just a meh artist. I mean, it still sold a fucking million copies, stuff like that, because it is Eminem, but it is not good.
Number 8, Relapse, Eminem.
And Eminem is not a good band. He is not a band, so how does that work? I mean, Eminem is not a. He is a fucking rapper. He's not a band. What are you on about, WatchMojo?
The life of a rapper is hard.
Not per se. I mean, some of them are really hard, but those are just like regular people problems. You don't have to be a rapper for that. But yeah, some of them are, some of them aren't. But yeah, I mean, there we are.
Relapse, the result of a 4-year hiatus during which Eminem suffered from writer's block and an addiction to sleeping medication, was released as the rapper's 6th album. The record confronts many controversial topics like drug rehab, relapse, and the return of Slim Shady. Critics were mixed on the album, calling it lacking and repetitive.
Jessica Alba put a breast on my MacBook. Wowzers, I just made a mess of my trousers. And they wonder why I keep dressing like Elvis. Lord help us, he's back in his pink outfit.
Unlike other entries on this
not good.
list, fans actually loved Relapse, and 5 million copies were sold worldwide.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Eminem fans buy everything, man. This is also a 4 rating, 4-star rating on AllMusic, and 3.5 by the users. So that is probably the best album on here, but there we are. I mean, it is still rap, bit crap, but there we are.
Number 7, Dr. Dre Presents The Aftermath, Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre is a rapper also, not a band, so fuck off, WatchMojo.
The only compilation album on our list, Dr. Dre Presents The Aftermath, was Dre's 4th attempt at a compilation album. Once deciding to leave his success behind with Death Row Records, Dre created a record label of his own, Aftermath Entertainment, through which he released this anthology.
Support you, keep it true, cause most brothers erase those, decipher the pesos. My woman's independent, making dough by the caseloads. I'ma keep building.
Despite the change, fans did not take kindly to the album, only giving praise to the individual singles. Critics didn't approve of the album either, as the Aftermath received mixed to poor reviews.
I mean, it has a 2.5-star rating on AllMusic, so yeah, it is pretty balls. This is Invincible by Michael Jackson. Rest in peace, man. But man, what a way to go, man, with this album. It would never be the same, that is true.
Number 6, Invincible, Michael Jackson. Even legends sometimes have slightly unsuccessful albums. Invincible was Michael Jackson's final album while he was alive, and his first filled with entirely new material since 1991. That's a long period for fans to wait for new tracks from the King of Pop. Was it worth it?
No.
Well, Invincible was commercially successful as the singles charted on Billboard.
Of course.
However,
I mean, it is
critics
Michael
were
Jackson,
mixed
come
the
on.
album, as they didn't think it tackled its ideas of love and media/social criticism successfully.
Such a shame, man. Such a shame. Yeah, it has a 3.5 star rating by the fans and 3 by AllMusic, so yeah. What a way to go, man. What a way.
Number 5. Dirty Work, The Rolling Stones.
Yeah, Rolling Stones, just stop touring, just stop doing everything. You have a legacy left behind with your legendary discography, but just stop. Just stop while you're still alive.
Dirty Work, the Rolling Stones' 20th album
Damn.
released in the United States, was the beginning of a decline for the Stones.
Yeah.
The relationship between frontman Mick Jagger and guitarist Keith Richards deteriorated during production of the album, causing rifts among all members of the band.
3-star rating on AllMusic and the fans, so yeah, it is pretty bad.
Upon the record's release, the fans enjoyed the new material, which helped Dirty Work go platinum in the United States.
Yeah, but that is of course because it is the Rolling Stones, but no other reason.
Critics, on the other hand, did not enjoy it,
No.
with many complaining that the album didn't stand up to the Stones' previous releases.
Nope. That fucking music video, man. I mean, if you look it back and you think, damn, we have to make this on the album. They were probably really fucking high out of their mind, so that's probably the reason. More rap shit.
Number 4. Nostradamus, Nas.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind Nas, but yeah, his album covers, man, where he is just looking very neutral on his album. Not the best album covers. And this also sounds pretty campy.
The follow-up release to Nas's previous album, I Am, Nostradamus, is made up of leftover tracks from that record's recordings. However, it does include some new material.
It has 2.5 stars on AllMusic. Yeah, that is pretty bad.
Nas recorded additional tracks after some of the original tunes were leaked onto the internet.
But again, Nas is not he is not a band. What the fuck, WatchMojo? That is like the third in a row.
Nostradamus is generally considered by fans and critics alike to be Nas's least successful effort across his discography.
Now this is your mom, your good luck charm, pushing you to do no wrong.
But this didn't hamper the commercial success of the album, as it spawned 2 charting singles and was eventually certified platinum.
But only one man, only the mind's eye can understand that I'm call me a bummer and a rock.
Self-portrait, yep.
But what cares I for praise?
Oh
Number
man.
3. Self-Portrait, Bob Dylan.
Alberta, let your hair hang low.
Oh man, this fucking album right here.
Sometimes artists get tired of the constant praise and just want to have some fun. Self-Portrait, Bob Dylan's 10th studio album, is a collection of pop, folk, and country hits covered by, you guessed it, Bob Dylan.
2 stars by AllMusic, but actually 3.5 by the users. So that is a pretty big gap between those two. But yeah, I don't always agree with AllMusic, but I most of the times agree with the users. They have most of the time the correct rating.
Though it was considered a joke album by some, many fans and critics didn't get the joke and bashed it completely.
Quinn the Eskimo, yeah, great songwriting.
Both diehard charts and professionals gave Self-Portrait extremely poor reviews, stating that the record was way below the standards of Dylan's work in the 1960s. Just get off his back, why don't you?
Simon and Garfunkel, great cover. La 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 la. Yeah, amazing. Oh boy, Lulu. There we go. Probably the worst piece of shit I've ever heard.
Number 2, Lulu, Metallica, and Lou Reed.
Oh boy.
Metallica fans
Cringe.
didn't think Metallica could release another bomb like Saint Anger.
3 stars by AllMusic, 2.5 by the fans, but yeah, it is probably the worst album I've ever heard, and it is even by a great metal band. So yeah, that is a thing that happened. Metallica, what? Hey, I have a great idea. Let's collaborate with a fucking country artist that is fucking legendary. And we are thrash metal. Let's combine those two genres together. Great idea, Metallica. Great idea.
But then came Lulu.
I mean, at this point they hadn't released a good album in 20 years. Yeah.
Lulu, the collaborative album.
I mean, how can you enjoy this piece of shit, man?
Metallica and Lou Reed is a spoken word album based upon plays by Frank Wedekind, where Reed reads the lyrics over backing instrumentals by Metallica.
I mean, how does that work? Lou Reed singing in a soft spoken voice, I am the table. Great lyrics, right? And Metallica just going full thrash metal on him. It doesn't work like that. Think before you make an album, for fuck's sake. I know you want to make money, Metallica, because you're fucking money hungry, you piece of sellouts, but think before you make an album.
Despite being unique conceptually, Lulu was not received well by critics, and it was panned across the board.
For worship of someone who actively despises you.
Fan reception was even worse, as they felt betrayed, and some even sent death threats to Reed. Harsh.
Well, he is dead now, so they got what they wanted. But yeah, the people who sent death threats to Lou Reed, fuck those fans. Lou Reed is an amazing guy, but this was just an experiment going wrong. And the fans have to think straight for one fucking time in their life. I mean, Lou Reed is an amazing artist, but you don't have to send death threats to him to prove a point. That doesn't work like that. Some fans, man, are fucking dumb. Like the fans that threaded Lou Reed, because yeah, just fuck those fans. I am disgusted with this album. That is true.
Before we
Horrible.
unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Glitter by Mariah Carey. Yeah, just fuck off, Mariah Carey. Unfinished Music #1, 2 versions, John Lennon and Yoko Ono. I mean, John Lennon with Yoko Ono never worked. Even his his 2 great albums like Plastic Ono Band and Imagine were great, but it was not composed by Yoko Ono. John Lennon is a solo artist, and when he is away from Yoko Ono, he is a lyrical genius. But when he is together with Yoko Ono, he releases a fucking piece of shit with this noise. Is this considered music? Listen to it yourself. It is not music in my opinion. What am I listening to? This is no music. Literally, this is no music. It's horrible. The Top by The Cure. Don't know. I mean, it sounds alright. The Cure did not age very well though. That lead singer, yeah, not the best looking. Trey by Green Day. Piece of fucking shit. Yeah, Dos and Stress by Green Day. The whole trilogy. I lost interest in them after that. I still think American Idiot, masterpiece. 21st Century Breakdown, modern classic. But after that I lost interest in them with Dos Stress. Horrible albums. This is no punk rock. I mean, Trey Cole's not even fucking drumming. I mean, come on. He is sitting there like, can I do something? No, you can't, because Green Day has sold out a bit. Not entirely, they just matured a bit, but yeah, you can debate about that with me all day. I still defend Green Day. Still a great rock band. Come by Prince. Great artist, but not one of his best albums. I mean, it still sounds alright. But of course, Chinese shit stain, Chinese rambling, Chinese democracy by Guns N' Roses, by the Axl Rose project, Guns N' Roses, of course, whatever you want to call them nowadays. But yeah, Axl Rose, go fuck yourself.
Number 1, Chinese democracy, Guns N' Roses.
Go live off your appetite money, man. Just do that. Don't release a bomb like this one.
After 10 years, some bands should not release new material.
No.
Chinese Democracy, the 6th album from American hard rock band Guns N' Roses, was an attempt to climb back into the spotlight after 15 years without new material.
Yeah, this actually has a 4-star rating on AllMusic, but yeah, fans gave it 3 stars. Yeah, it is pretty balls. I mean, look at the fucking facelift of Axl Rose. I mean, how can you make an album like that? Oh man, not good, not good.
Actually a moderate success with critics and was eventually certified platinum.
Yeah, of course, but I mean, I believe that Axl Rose has put it $10 million in this fucking album, so I mean, just being platinum alone doesn't help to get the sales back with the album. And I mean, who fucking spends $10 million on a rock album with no original members, Axl Rose? I mean, think before you make an album. $10 million out of the fucking window.
Fans were appalled.
Fucking Bumblefoot, man. I mean, he's not a bad guitarist, don't get me wrong, but just don't use the Guns N' Roses name to your name. That is a bit dirty, but yeah.
While the record's initial release was mired by unimpressive sales and littered with controversy, this did not prevent Chinese Democracy from performing well worldwide later on. Go figure.
Because it has the Guns N' Roses name to it. That is the only reason it is selling.
What's your choice for worst album by best band?
Fucking Bruce Springsteen. Yeah, I mean, you can put his entire discography on there and I wouldn't mind it, but he is not on the list because he hasn't made a good album to begin with. Yeah, fuck Bruce Shitstain. Horrible artist in my opinion. I don't know why he's so praised, but he's pretty shit in my opinion. And he is not a band for fuck's sake with Mojo. So that is the reason, but he also didn't make a good album to begin with.
Non-disappointing top 10s published every day. Be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
I mean, he has a song on there, Working on a Dream, I believe. He has a song on there called Queen of the Supermarket. And he is crushing at the cute girl in the supermarket. I mean, that is pretty sad, man, to write a song about that. That is pretty sad. Yeah. Yeah, sure, I agree with the list. I just avoid shit albums. Maybe some modern Slayer albums could have been on there. Risk by Megadeth, Saint Anger by Metallica, of course, but Lulu is way worse. Stuff like that, but I just usually avoid bad albums, stuff like that. I only want to listen to good stuff, so there we are. That sounds pretty obvious and pretty logical, so you may do that as well. But yeah, I thought the list was alright. Yeah, just not the biggest fan of bad albums, so I usually avoid them, but that is of course pretty logical to do. Yeah, thank you for watching this video. God bless, stay safe and take care.